Today in Akasani Imphal, we have a special guest all the way from Bangalore, even though he is from Manipur. See, it's a rare opportunity for us to meet someone like him. To let the listeners know, we will have an introduction. But first of all, congratulations on being recognized as a national awardee. And how does this recognition feel at this stage of your artistic journey?
Thank you very much. I appreciate your approach and the opportunity that you have given me to have a talk in your esteemed radio station. And to begin with your question, like the recognition at this stage.
Yes.
It's been like a wonderful journey, very pleasant journey. Of course, I had to struggle a lot on the way. That, of course, is a long story. But then reaching at this stage, I still feel that I'm still on a learning process because things are evolving.
Right.
And then with every step, with every place that you go, like I love traveling a lot. So I see things which I have never expected, and then you find wonderful people, trying to express in a very traditional way or the modern way. So it's a journey of learning, and I'm very thankful to the Almighty that I have been able to at least put some footprints of recognition.
To let the listeners know more about you, could you please briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your early life here in Manipur?
Very relevant question. I started with the schools, in the Catholic schools that were prevalent over here, like the Don Bosco, Little Flower School and all that. So my grounding foundation was based on the sort of a Western philosophy. Then at my fourth standard, I appeared for the national scholarship, which I got selected. Then I was put into a totally different environment in the Ramakrishna Mission School, Vidyapit, in West Bengal, Purulia.
Okay.
So there, the conglomeration of foundation against totally different Hindu concept gave me a broad view of compassion for appreciating and looking at the plus points of all various religions.
Right.
Especially, I'm also very much attracted by the Buddhist philosophy and the art, especially because it's so rich that you find a lot of colorful things which everybody appreciates in the art of Buddhism. Actually, in my childhood days, I also give credit opening up of my creativity, like imagination, to my maternal uncle. He was a profound person, and I still remember the first picture that I drew was drawing a ship floating on the ocean.
Oh.
So I think the journey started with the ship.
Okay. That's philosophical as well, right?
Yeah, very true, very true. I am a very spiritual person. Spirituality in the sense, it doesn't have to do in connection with the religion thing. One plus point that I was put in this Ramakrishna Mission was they taught us how to meditate.
Right.
So meditation, people in those days, they had a concept that it relates to like Hinduism or something. But meditation is now, as everybody understands, even the Western world has accepted it. It's a form of your spiritual, your inner personality growth from within. So that has been my plus point, which pushed me all the way through, like coming over the obstacles. And of course, I did have a lot of obstacles in my journey. So I don't regard myself to be a very successful artist or something in the sense, because the learning process is never ending. And whatever I have been able to project myself through my artworks and appreciation that I got from the people around the world, I should say, because my paintings have been bought by people from all over the world. That way I have been very lucky in a sense, because coming across as people who really appreciates, that I'll come across in the course of our talk. And then if you ask me really who I am, then I should say I'm a very spiritual person, appreciate nature because I love the mountains, the rivers, the hills, and that's where I stand, like a very natural person, ordinary natural person.
Okay. Philosophical, which I said earlier as well. One thing is you pursue fine arts at Visva Bharati University in Santiniketan.
Yes.
And then, this must be spiritual as well. And how did that environment save your artistic vision?
Yeah, very nice question that you have put up. Visva Bharati as such, the place itself gives you that vibe of atmosphere and environment which you don't normally find in any conventional institutions.
Okay.
There, people are very near to nature. And most of my professors who really train us, one thing was very specific. Observe nature, learn from nature, and as far as possible, be true like nature.
Okay.
Because nature never hides,
True.
When it is furious, you see the storm and everything. When it is cool, quiet, it gives us so much of calmness.
True.
So that exceptional sort of environment that I found has helped me, I think, till to this day, which has made me possible to remain calm in the facing of the storms which I have faced. It's not only one, several storms have. And then with that sort of that perseverance, a cool mind, you override the storm.
Right.
That's how I think journey should be. Because in these days you become overwhelmed with the emotions and then you do some mistakes which later on become repentant throughout your whole life.
Okay, so you never get angry then?
I am a person whom people say that how can you keep so calm in the face of these storms?
Right.
I will give credit to my teacher whom I regard as my guru, my second father, Ramananda Bandyopadhyay. He is one of the last lineage of the Bengal School of Art.
Okay.
I have seen this person, like, how can he remain so calm when one is like almost shouting over your face? He used to just move away from the place. I've seen it practically. And then he closed himself in a room. He used to meditate. After 15 or 20 minutes, he used to come out with such a calm expression on his face. And then sometimes I used to observe, how can he do this? And maybe that influenced me a lot. I've made, like peace with even my worst of my enemies.
Okay, and before I ask the next question,
Yes.
It's quite surprising that you choose fine arts instead of choosing other options. There are lots of options available to you. Why you have to choose fine art? Those days you might have chosen government service or any service you could have wanted. And seeing from your personality, I think you might have become a bigger personality as well. But giving in view of that, why you have to choose a subject like this?
That is one of the most wonderful questions I have ever come across because you are really digging me up proper. I appreciate you very much for that. I was actually very good in studies when I was in these Catholic schools. So I was always in the first position or second position. I still remember one lady was there, one girl. She was very sharp, very intelligent. So we had a tussle over the positions.
Oh.
And that went on for some time, and then even in my academics, because in those days from the 8th standard onwards you have to choose the subject that you are going to proceed with.
Right.
Sitting in the class meant for the engineering. But then I was talking to you just about my guru, Ramananda Bandyopadhyay. So we had these competitions in that Vidyapit, especially Janmashtami, with the birth of Krishna. So there was a competition that we had to demonstrate in terms of pictorial visuals.
Representation.
Yeah, presentations. So it was not a solo one, but belonging to certain groups of students, belonging to different categories. And every time we used to be the champion.
Okay.
And the whole credit used to go to me because I was the one who was painting and doing all those presentations. So my teacher noticed that. And physically he pulled me out of that class. Saying, Anil, you are not supposed to become an engineer. You are meant for this. That time we were so naive. We didn't realize what is happening to us.
Right.
We had no guidance, nothing. Unfortunately, those days my parents also were not in the position. They used to say that you do whatever you feel best for you. So I remember those days I used to be hungry for getting some sort of advice. Okay. And nobody was there. Even my uncle who helped me grow up. So he was a very versatile uncle of mine. He was very good in maths and engineering, even in this art work and all that. When I asked him, he also used to say, you do whatever you like. I said, what is this? According to the whims of my guru. And then the other teachers, they had over some sort of a tussle. Why you're taking out one of our best students who scores the highest? Then he said, no, he is meant for this and that. And then my teacher, he promised, of course, one thing. Then earlier you see, nobody dares to take this question. It is something that doesn't have any, you don't see any opportunities in it. You have to have a really heart to challenge this thing and come out. And I'll be there with you till I end. When I'm not there anymore. It clicked me. And then there were only 2 students of us in the final section.
Oh.
The other guys were very happy that, oh, this fellow who would have challenged us is now out of the picture. That way I started studying fine arts. I loved it. I had no qualms, no repentance. Especially one of my uncle. Whenever I used to come for holidays, he used to shout at me, why are you spoiling yourself? You are a very brilliant student. You can go for the medical or for the engineering. Because those days either you become a doctor or engineer.
Right.
Fine arts, what is that? And here I would like to tell you one thing. When I passed out and came to Manipur, so they had this employment exchange, something like that. When I went to register myself, my specialization in history of arts.
Okay.
So that is a very huge subject, got 12 papers to do with it. It contains all forms of art, starting from architecture, painting, sculpture, method and material, appreciation and all that. So artists normally come in for a skill, learning the skill, how to execute things. They are not there to study. Especially students of nowadays, of course, you have a lot of upcoming students who realize, gone up with all the information available. So we were like very few of us. I could not dare reply to my uncle, so I never wanted to come back home.
Because of the scolding.
Yeah. Maybe providence, maybe my destiny was to go this way. Because my colleagues, even my relatives, many of them become doctors, engineers and all that. But I found them in the long run, somewhere mentality they are not at peace. They have got fine houses, very good car. But when I speak with them, somewhere, somehow, they are pondering over their sort of wealth. But when it comes down to the mental thing, they are always like something bothering them all the time, which doesn't happen with me. I live in the hands of the Almighty over there. I tell my children also, whatever you are doing, don't think it's a very small thing. Do it with all your sincereness, wholeheartedness. People may scold you, criticize you, some may even give you a lot of pain and all that, which is very difficult not to see through it.
Right.
But in the long run, you'll find that those people eventually they become vanquished. I've seen in my real life. And the piece that I have, my friends who are in the engineering and all that, they say, Anil, how can you remain like this? So fresh, so happy. Although you don't have this thing, you don't have that, which I have. Since you have, it's okay, you share with me, that's all.
Other than your uncle was scolding you for choosing a subject like this. Do you find any relatives or friends who raise a question, why you have to choose a subject like this? How you're going to earn it? How you're going to live a life with this? This is not going to give you money, or this is not going to make you rich. Have you ever come across such kind of typical thing that has been going on? Till now it's been going on. Have you ever come across like that?
It has been, there is plenty of it. In fact, they used to say, what is this fine arts? What is this all about? And whatever they have learned about fine arts, about the previous masters of arts, unfortunately they know about the artists of the Western who actually suffered a lot. In their lifetime they become penniless. So they say that something like, even I heard about some parents, like scolding. I had some of my classmates who were girls. So they said that you yourself, okay, if you being a girl, become an artist, that's okay, fine, because you can catch a very rich guy for your husband. But you are in having an affair and love with this guy who is also an artist. Both of you are hoping to become beggars or what? So that concept was there. Then eventually, at sometimes, I think in the 80s, when they started a big boom, paintings were selling off like anything. I also had an opportunity to have my painting sold off. But then that question was always there. Things have changed, the concept, everything is changed. This thing is changing.
Right. When did you first realize that art would become your life's calling? I mean, when you realize yourself like, oh, this is the thing for me. When do you realize that?
There was a point when you were saying that, when I had gone to Badrinath. I loved traveling. I took a lot of risks. With little money I used to go. Sometimes I used to starve also when I was a student. So then from Badrinath, there was a glacier nearby. So people are not supposed to go up there. I went. And then I was sitting on top of one of the peaks with all the snow around. That time I had a very strange feeling. This I'm telling because I've never told anybody also.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
There, I was just sitting down. I felt sort of a breeze of peace. I never wanted to come down. For me, it was like, Why should I be going down the hell lot with all the problems and all that? This peace, can I ever, achieve it again? That was a moment of realization of truth in myself, which made me change, the entire philosophy changed. And I never bothered how I'm going to earn money, whether I'm going to get jobs. Nothing came across my mind. I just loved what I was doing. And that inner strength pushed me, forward. By now, at least in a small way, for myself, I believe that I've been able to put behind some footprints, even if they're small footprints, that people will not forget.
Right, exactly. And it's really hard to do as well.
Very, very.
How did your time in Santiniketan influence your technique and philosophical approach to art?
Yeah, that is one thing which the students of Santiniketan always complain. The earlier days, I also used to think, what sort of training I'm getting over here. Because the professor used to come, they used to give us tasks.
Okay.
Like, you go to that village, bring back 500 sketches.
Oh.
We used to go there, do it. And when we return, they never used to even go through it. Again, the same day, another day. Now you go to the railway station, draw about 100 different facial expressions. We did it with all my thinking that the professor will appreciate it. But these professors, they are just sipping on their tea and coffee and making us go, sweat around. Later on, I realized they were training us to train our hands, to observe things. Because the observation is very necessary for an artist.
Yeah, true.
You become one with the environment. Because when you are fixed in one environment, then you start looking around,
Right.
And trying to realize what is this place, how life is going over here. So that was a training. I don't know now because very good things are happening there. But in those days, we were so much to nature that helped us evolve in our inner growth also, our personality, the way we think. And that unfortunately has slowly elapsed. It's a very sad part because you don't find such teachers also nowadays.
Right.
So everybody has become so commercial.
Was there any particular mentors or movements that deeply inspired you during your academic years? Coming from Manipur, how important is regional identity in your creative expression? How inspiring it is to you?
That is a very relevant question because one is that you always have to be true to your grassroots. You can't forget your grassroots, whether you are staying in US or any other country or that. Once you forget your roots, means you are forgetting yourself. That is like betrayal to yourself, to the place from where you have been nurtured. I find unfortunately, a lot of friends who are settling in US, and they talk so little of India, especially of the place from where they have come up. For me, when I came here after about 8 to 9 years, I felt a source of joy. The first thing when I saw the road so clean coming out from the airport, the traffic signals working properly. I remember when it started out, it was just like stuck up. And then people started following the rules of the traffic. For me, it is like opening up my eyes. And I really love it, the way things are moving now in Manipur, which I had a very poor sort of impression because when I was a student, we used to come year after year after the vacation, we find the same thing. Where in those days in Calcutta, they were making these flyovers and all that. It was a dream over here. It was like something that can't work out here in Manipur. Especially this time I've come, I have been telling everybody, Imphal is changing a lot for the betterment. And I see people are very happy. I don't see any dirt lying around. It's almost like I'm in one part of, because I have gone to Japan, one part of Japan where you don't even find a speck of dust or dirty bottles lying around, which is happening in most parts of the city of India. So that way, when you stay away from a place, especially from your home place, and you come back, then you start seeing things which staying over here, you don't realize that it's like a heaven. In my speech the other day when I was attending that function, I was saying that if only unfortunately these things didn't happen and people are living in peace with each other. Manipur is just a wonderful place. You talk about the climate, you talk about the cuisine, you talk about the culture, you talk about a place which the foreigners love to track around. You don't have to go to abroad. And then these people, the foreigners would be like coming over here and they would make a lot of opportunities for the artists. Now they are going to Mumbai for putting on the exhibition. They think they're going to Mumbai or Delhi. Unfortunately, it's a big thing, but it's not that so. Because I have experienced myself. I wanted to share all these things, but it takes some guts, to gulp up the reality. So reality is something which is happening in the arts world, which I think we'll talk about later on. But as you were asking me, it makes a lot of difference. You start loving your place the further you are away. And then you appreciate things when things are working up so nice.
Okay. Anybody told you that talking to you makes acidity goes away? Because you look so calm. Do you have a level of meditation to attain such kind of calmness, down to earth? I mean, how do you do that?
This is a question, which I said that if you are true to yourself, then everything becomes like a pleasure. I was telling some of the guys, don't grumble about certain things. You are destined to, or you have made your choice. Then enjoy it. If you enjoy your work, you'll find that peace is there. But if you don't enjoy, even you're getting, say, a lot of digits as a salary, but you're not enjoying your work, then you become, your face, your expression, everything will scroll up and you'll be angry all the time. Whatever little thing, just thank the Almighty that, yes, I am able to do this and I'll do my best. And that gives you a lot of peace. You can sleep peacefully. Because whenever I sleep till now, I think, except maybe when I'm sick or something, I always have a very nice sleep. It doesn't trouble me that way.
Yeah, the reason why I say that you have an aura or charisma over you, and I was having acidity while coming here, and talking to you makes me feel like it has come down a bit. That's why I was saying, you find people, rare people like that. When I was going to ISKCON, there was a particular monk. Whenever I see him, the acidity goes away. I feel that kind of
Thank you. That's a huge thing you are saying. Actually, I would like to say one thing. We all know that we have got certain auras. It sort of affects the person besides you.
True. It's happening.
Yeah. And then, say suppose, like I have met Sai Baba, because I heard a lot of things saying that he is a juggler, he's a magician. So I said that I thought of Jesus Christ. It came across my mind that Jesus Christ, when he was alive, he was crucified, he was tortured like anything. Then eventually they start realizing that he is the Son of God.
Right.
Sai Baba also, when he was here, then I thought that people are talking about so many things. But for me, I don't just believe in hearsay until unless I see for myself and I realize, and then it goes to my DNA. So I purposely went to meet him. And what I saw, something like a miraculous sort of an experience that I had. Then I realized there is something in this guy, which I really appreciate. I don't know whether he is Son of God or whatever. But as you say, the aura, the effect, when I was near him, it just gave me such a cool sort of thing. And I asked him questions, not verbally. Believe me, mentally. You can call it telepathy. Every question I asked, he replied. And that also follower of Sai Baba was sitting just beside me. I used to tell him, I am going to ask him mentally, let's see how he responds. And that fellow was like, oh, how do you do it? I said, you try. He said, I can't. Why? Because your mind is in a storm. You're not relaxed, you're in a tension. You have this idea of disbelief.
Right.
Until unless you simply forget yourself, you just sort of give yourself open-hearted, you'll never receive this. Ever you try harder, they also doesn't come. But of course, people go to the temples. So temple, normally people say what's the use of going to temple? Because the temples are such a place where a lot of positive energy emanates all the time. So when you go there, naturally you are not thinking of any sort of nuisance or bad things in your mind. It's become focused.
True.
Because of the environment and the way things are going on. So we go to the temple, not that the God is there or believing that, if you believe it that way, but to just sort of cleanse you up from the inner self. That's why your acidity will go away.
So true. I have never met a talker like you. Your works often depict Manipuri deities such as Laimaren, Atiya, Guru, Sitava. What draws you toward this spiritual theme? I already know that you are spiritually connected, but still, we want to know.
Yes, I had a very terrible accident here in Manipur itself. I was driving my scooter in front of a temple. That was a marching temple near the Don Bosco. I was trying to avoid hitting one woman with an infant. She was running just blindly across without watching anything. So I swerved my scooter in such a way the lady hit me, and then I don't know what happened. When I opened my eyes, and it was the first thing I was asking was like, has anything, like the child has been hurt or not? The child is not hurt, but the woman is unconscious.
Right.
So then half of my face was bleeding very badly. And then my mom, after that incident, she took me to the temple, Marjin, asking for the blessings and then thanking that I got over the accident. I don't know what happened from the time onwards. I had a very strong belief in local deities. And then certain small things like happened, like when I was a child, during this Lai Harauba, we are not supposed to cross when the things are going, that ritual was going on. I crossed the line. That night I had a very terrible pain in my stomach. So I was simply reeling with pain. And then from there, they had this, one of the Maibis, from there he focused on one child crossed like this, he's having pain, you go there, and that what we call it sareng. You offer a sareng. I didn't believe, that way. But we rushed up. My parents, I still remember, they rushed, offered a sareng. The Maivi did some ringing with the bell or something. My stomach was so tender you can't even touch it. It was so much painful. But the moment they have offered that sareng, after some time everything went off. I said, how is it possible? I never took even a medicine or nothing. So that all made me realize there's something very powerful is there something in mystical. Very mystical thing happening here, which people believe in. And it's really very alive. That's where I started going in deeply, and I was very much engrossed with this Pakhangbas, those several forms, different forms. One exhibition was there also, so many forms. And I could find these forms when I was traveling abroad. I found this especially in the northeastern zone, southeast countries.
Okay.
There must be something. Because what had happened to me, it was not a medical sort of miracle, but without any source of medicines being applied, how can I be cured like that? So whatever people say, because as I told you, that what I see and what I sense and what I feel in my heart, I believe that. Even if 100 people say that, no, that is not true. So I believe in myself. And that way, I have always had a very high reverence for our deities over here. They are really very powerful deities. And they are there, I know very much, and I try to project them in my works also. I remember one painting I had done in Ito Pakhangbas with the three heads. It's like the three forms of in a serpent. The eyes of those serpents, I don't know why. I did the painting myself, I did it, but I could not stare at it for a long time. And I had put up in an exhibition in Kolkata when I had a solo exhibition. People used to just look at it and then put their eyes down. I was watching it carefully. I see the reactions. And then I asked them, what happened? And then, what did you do with the eyes? You can't stare at it. It's just like it's pushing us away.
Okay.
And I said, maybe, you are not pure in your heart. And finally, one guy from Manipur, he was director or manager of that ITC company. I told him that you're the fellow who can buy it. Because he was looking at it and appreciating it for quite long. And you're the only guy who has been able to hold your gaze. It's meant for you. He'll protect you. You take it. If you don't have money, no, I have money, I'll buy it. Those things was a personal experience that I had. Made me move forward and have a lot of reverence and respect for our deities. That's why the name that you are saying, what was
Atya Guru Siddhava.
So Atya Guru Siddhava is something like Lord who never dies.
Right.
So sky, sky, you see the vastness of the space, So it is always there, eternal. And Himalayan, the creator of all, the mother. It's like you can say the earth is our mother. So how can we forget that? And if he says that I don't give a damn of it, I think he is just lying to himself.
Have you ever been visited by any of these deities in your dreams? It seems like that. You're connected to
when I was born, I will tell you one thing. You're taking out everything from me.
I love doing that.
Yeah. When I was born, my parents said that you never cried, you turned blue. You were almost about to be buried alive.
When you cried?
When I came out of the womb of my mother. And then my grandmother is from Vijay Govind. Okay. So she ran up to the temple. She cried her heart out because I was the first grandchild.
Okay.
Please make this child survive. If he survives, I'll promise that he'll make a presence and perform that Ras Leela as a Krishna.
Okay.
The moment she promised that, there I was almost to be lifted and put in the pot. Then I started crying.
Okay.
So every time I come to Manipur, even this, when I came, the first time I went to the Vijay Govinda, I don't know, when I go over there and I feel like I'm at home.
Okay.
I'm so at much peace. And coming over here also, I went to the palace, Govindaji. So there had been, of course, Shiva and all that. Since you've asked me, I've revealed all of it.
Okay. So you have been visited by...
that one, I had a lot of visions. Especially when I was there in Manipur. No? So that is another big story. Which I helped to heal a lot of people, which I can't do now.
You used to heal people as well?
Yes. I can't do now.
Okay.
Because you have to be in that set of mind. Because it doesn't come naturally, or there are people, maybe they have been endowed with certain blessings. But if you are starting doing it in a commercial way, it goes away. It is something like you help people, you serve people. Then that spirit or that power, whatever you call it up there, becomes you. We are just a medium. I don't say I've done it. When you are saying that I say I don't have that capability of. It is that deity or something who comes through me and curing or healing people. Without that power, I'm nobody. I'm just an element of 5 elements.
I think, I don't know whether it's a coincidence or something. Last night, I was scrolling through YouTube and I was watching the life of the great mathematician Ramanuja. And it makes me wonder, you sound similar to him. Because he was visited by a deity in his dream, and the formulas that he wrote was, that you explained, was guided by some divine force. Right. And so it seems like Ramanuja incarnation has happened in the form of fine arts.
It can be in any form, even if you're an engineer also, if you're a spiritual person, things will happen.
Okay. Sound very similar.
Yeah.
How do you balance mythology with contemporary interpretation in your paintings?
I respect and I love myths also. To my best of my knowledge, of course, mythology is just a huge thing, And whatever I come across certain aspects, I have to portray it. Like if you say that, Pakhangma, all these are myths, like incarnation of this thing and that thing. So believing in that, you have to believe in something when you're doing it. So believing in that, when I start doing it, I think miracles start taking place.
Okay.
So when you are in the process of doing it, I don't know how many people have come across this experience. You feel like somebody's there with you. Like the other day, when I was having this, attending the anniversary function that was going on, and the reverend or late was just like painting. When I was standing in front of the audience and I was talking, I could feel his presence. And I said it in speech also.
Okay.
I can feel his presence. But nobody bothered about that. I think that is a matter of speech. But for me, it was like, he was there. And his son, the way he was standing, the way he was standing, exactly looked like him. I told him also afterwards.
Okay.
That how come you're looking so much exactly like your father? He said that he was looking at himself and then he became very emotional. He cried actually. And then I felt so bad because people were just watching him. I just left my chair, went up to him, consoled him, and then was standing until he ended his speech.
Okay.
So it happened like that.
Okay. You also explore themes related to women and social issues.
Yes.
Which I have also come across while searching your work. What message do you aim to communicate through these works?
So there was a time when I was going through a lot of news about these women being exploited, harassed, tortured, and then the hell of a life they were leading. It really touched me. And I remembered what would have happened, if it had happened, unfortunately it should not happen to anybody's mother or something, or sister or something. And I thought that I should do something, to express it in the medium that which I can express. This question was also raised, why you all of a sudden, shift it out from your spiritual paintings to this social. I said it's not reformation, I think it's something I like. I'm just showing that the pain, the ethos, this woman is like animal who can't express, but is being subjected to very bad torture. They can't hit back or something like that. Of course, now women have progressed a lot, but that made me go through that. In fact, when Manipur was in a turmoil in a long time back, that time I had done a lot of sketches in black and white. It came very spontaneously, and then one Australian director, he came, he loved it like anything. In a whole series of 18 drawings, he bought it at one time. So this is something like what I would like to say is, an artist expresses when he feels. If he's not feeling, that becomes a static sort of art form without life.
Okay.
So if you have to give life to any work, you have to undergo through that sort of feelings, whether it is pain or joy or something like that, something solace or something. That's why sometimes they say that the artists are very moody and all that. It's not a thing of moody, it is something like, it has to give him that impetus, that force to express himself that way. And the true force will only come when you really suffer from those feelings.
Okay.
Like you are having that pain and acidity. In that moment, if you are writing something about acidity, it will come very finely, it will become a masterpiece.
It should be abstract and inexplicable.
Right, of course.
Okay. And do you believe art can influence social change or women issues in society?
Of course, art is actually a very strong medium of expression. And all over the world, if you see, like these graffitis, people, they vent their messages through these wall paintings. They spray things,
Right.
So this expression form is all a form of expression, whether you're drawing on the walls or something to make people realize. And the color. So color is very psychic also. So when you wear red, even bull when he's angry and you are going in your red motorcycle. One of my colleagues, he got killed,
Oh.
He was riding in his motorcycle red, and to make a match of it, he was wearing red shirt and all that. And a cow came, ran after him like anything and gorged him. He died on the spot. And here in Manipur. So these colors, they are very powerful means. Say, very frankly speaking, when you go to buy things, your garments in the store, you choose the design, the colors. What made you choose that? It shows your choice of your personality, your psychic, your mind and all that. When you're wearing something, it also shows so the expressions. So it is a very powerful medium, no doubt about it. And it can influence society also. It's very symbolic. Whenever you see a revolution taking place or something, you find all these symbols popping up.
True.
The colors, the symbols, whether it stands for peace or something, you find doves flying, people are very calm, and then you see the red flag torn thing, so they play a huge role in daily lives, not to speak of the society also.
From the way you said, even some astrologers also suggested whenever you go out, you have you have a piece of red cloth in your pocket or a white cloth.
Right.
Is that connected?
That is, I would say that every person has got this aura. It's scientifically proved also. There are machines which can read your aura.
Right.
If you are going to fall sick, one of the colors will dim down. That means you catch cold, or some one color is related with even cancer and all that. So they start treating by knowing your aura, the colors. It's very symbolic, and the more powerful your auras expand. When you fall sick, your auras shrink.
Okay.
So these are scientifically proved. It's just not me saying like that. That's why when they say that to say when you're weak in your certain aura, so you have that sort of color in your pocket or something which help you have that energy to stand out. That's what I think maybe is working that way.
So I feel we should be doing live or some kind of podcast live on YouTube where people watch.
One of my friends, he's a CEO in Mumbai. He has suggested that one. He's a bit spiritual also. So he said, Anil, why don't you do a podcast? What I'm going to do a podcast for? Somebody has said, maybe call me then only. I
feel that while talking to you, I feel that the inner feeling was there.
I reveal you one thing, since you're so much in it. Have you ever heard of Mahavatar Babaji? Then you should read the book Autobiography of a Yogi by Swami Paramahansananda.
Okay.
You please read that. So when they ask the question, I just say that you please read that. Know who is this Mahavatar Babaji. Then you come to me and ask questions. I'll tell you in short. He had gone through this rigorous sort of spiritual growth to the extent that he has become immortal. And he is there in the Himalayas. People have seen him. He manifests himself when he wants. And every time people who have seen him in the same age. He never ages. And to make it your question complete, I came across him in the Himalayas.
Okay. While you were going there.
Yeah. I stayed, I think, 3 nights in the Himalayas.
Maybe that thing is still with you.
Maybe so.
Maybe. Okay. How do audience generally respond to your spiritual and socially conscious artwork? This is the first question. And you have exhibited your works in places like Kathmandu, Nepal. And how was that experience different from exhibiting in Manipur? How was it different from...
That's a very practical thing. I'll talk about the Kathmandu experience first. I had met a lot of painting based on my, sometimes I see visions, so I try to project them into my painting. So when I was having that exhibition, some ladies, they were wives of those ambassadors from different countries. So they had met a group. So they used to come, maybe spend or see this, they have a good time in some restaurant, and exhibition is going on. They came, one lady looked at my painting, they came, look around, there was a spiritual painting, she ran away, outside, out of the gallery.
Why?
I ran after him, then she was trying to breathe, heaving. Ma'am, I said, are my paintings so terrible that you just ran out of my...
First impression was...
I bought she could hardly speak, So I bought a glass of water, I said, please drink it, have deep breathing, I'll sit with you till you are calm. Then when she was in a state of talking, then she said, on what ground did you make those paintings? What did you see that made you do those paintings? I said, I could not recognize, I could not understand what you were saying. What do you mean? Then she said, okay, you sit here, I'll call my husband. She went and called her ambassador. He's from Denmark. He came, and the husband was tall guy. Why you're pulling me and like that? Why you're rushing? I got a lot of work. Why you're taking me to this gallery? And then she said, come. You have to see for yourself. Then all the other ladies all together, what is happening? I forgot the lady's name. Then he said, look at his painting. Then the husband said, what is there in there? You remember, I told you this thing, that thing. She also was doing very deep meditation there in Denmark.
Okay.
She had been seeing these visions. He never gave her any importance.
Okay.
Then the husband was saying that, yeah, I remember you. Then he got struck. How come, you people have never met, we never communicated. We are in Denmark, and these pictures, they're also, in reality I'm seeing, they both were, their mouth was like wide open. And all the ladies started asking, what happened? This is a long story, we'll tell you afterwards. They said, what else to do with this painting? What we have to do? We have to collect all of it.
So they bought all of that?
All of it.
Okay.
That is one thing. Another question you asked about the difference between Manipur and all that.
Right.
In Manipur, what is happening is, I wanted to talk with the students today. Unfortunately, they could not gather those students. Here what is happening is, I think the difference is, the students, they are more into the technical part. The essence of the spirit of what is there in what they have not yet realized it. Unfortunately, I just say that I'm not making people angry with this, but I have to speak out the truth.
Right.
There are very less people who realize what they actually are doing. Oza Samuna, I appreciate him because he was following his heart.
Okay.
He never bothered about whether somebody is saying that it is good or bad or ugly or whatever it is. And every time he used to converse with me, he said that people are saying that my paintings are not up to standards. And I told him, Samu, do you believe in yourself? Do you enjoy doing your works? Do you really find peace, solace in your expression? He said, of course, I love my way, I dream in it. Then you are on the right path. One day they will realize. This is it. So that is the difference. It's not what is happening in Manipur. It's something like personal. It's a very personal sort of way of expressing what is there within you. It's not only with fineness in the sense of painting. It may be in poetry. It may be in literature. It may be in theater or whatever it is. So people who pour their heart out when they are true to themselves, you'll find that their arts are always great. And I have discovered this when I started doing my paintings abroad.
Okay.
When people started buying my paintings from people from other countries, which were regarded to be rubbish over here in Manipur. That's all I can say.
You mentioned about the students focusing on technical things rather than focusing on what they believe in themselves. How can they sift from that nature? Exams are going on as well. Sort of advice to the students here in Manipur. How can they do that?
If you are talking about actual educational system, that is already different. When you are talking about this stream in the fine arts, okay, as a student, you are learning the art, the skill to learn it. Because until unless you are adapted in knowing with what materials, with what method you are going to do it, you can't express. A child who can't hold properly with a pencil, how can he write properly?
Right.
First thing is the base skills on that. But further skills on that will come as you grow in it, because this finance is such a huge subject actually. There's no ending in it. But then for some, it's like gathering money or having a good name comes foremost without having learned the subject itself. So you are halfway through and you are thinking of jumping ahead and gathering something which somebody has get. This thin line between like a halfway and full way, where even the most so-called mature people also, they fall a trap to it.
Okay. So it applies to all subjects as well.
Of course.
You wrote books on fine arts as well. Tell us something about that.
Yes, that's very good. At the initial stage, when I was serving as a teacher in the Manipur Public School.
Here.
So, here. So fine arts, our children here in the Northeast, especially in Manipur, they are already very gifted. I have found that people in other parts of the country, hardly you'll find such a surge of great amount of students interested in these creative arts. But here it's just something like, I believe the place itself, it's become very natural for them.
Right.
So there was the curriculum of CBSE. And then our students were failing like anything. They could not score even they were failing in 2 subjects or something like that. Then I came across and studied the curriculum. And so fine arts is there. And I found that our students are so talented. Why they are not taking this opportunity? It's not that they are going to become artists, but take the opportunity to have good grades. And fine arts is such a subject which is very, you can score marks. And then the only this thing was, what you can call it, shortage was, there was no good books. So I used to dictate in the class and write on the blackboard. One student stood up and he made the suggestion, "Sir, sometimes we are absent. We miss out your lectures or class. Why don't you make a notebook or make a book of it, out of it?" That struck me. I said, not only for students, but for all the students in the CBSE.
Right.
Then I started writing those books, especially meant with the curriculum. Not like I'm making a big thing out of it, but as per the questions they ask and all that, in that format. That became a huge hit. And then I was invited almost in all CBSE schools in Manipur. All the central schools, Navodaya, CBSE were affiliated, even as far as Ukhrul, wherever. And eventually what happened in the end, those students were failing. They were getting 99 out of 100, 98 out of 100. So why not? When you are talented, and then why not use those means like to progress yourself? You're not a hindrance. Eventually you become a doctor also, an engineer. But because of you are failing in other subjects, which you are not good at, but you have an alternate subject where you are really good, you are enjoying it, you're getting high marks so easily, why not? And it becomes so popular all over India eventually.
Before I continue the question, I feel another sense of intuition. I don't know what kind of energy or what kind of feeling is this, but have you ever been to Kailas?
Very strangely, recently, I didn't go to Kailas in the sense that the parikrama I didn't do, because it needed a lot of time, stand and all that. So there was an offer that aerial view. So they take you by the chartered flight. I took my son, only it happened about 2 months back. I went on a trip. I had a very clear view of Mount Kailas with Mansarovar. It was like a miracle, in a sense, when the flight took off and it was nearing that Kailas mountain, it was all covered with cloud. So the pilot, he announced that it's unfortunate it's all covered with clouds, so we'll try the next day. That very moment he finished, and I was saying that, "Shivji, you are not giving me a darshan." Believe me, the clouds just cleared. And I was the first who shouted with excitement. Kailas mountain is there, and everybody in the charter plane started, where. And then the pilot, he said that Mount Kailas is now on view. They are supposed to make 2 or 3 rounds. So every time it became smaller and smaller in the sense, and ultimately it got all covered with clouds again. But Kailas, I think I captured in my camera also. It was like just in front of me. I said, I saw Mount Kailas. And I had a darshan.
I feel that. I have an inner feeling that you have been there. That's why, from your perspective, you can say from your spiritual point of view or from your artistic point of view, how important is the eye of a person to you?
Yeah, that is a very prevalent question because nowadays you find it in the name of abstract art, you find figures without eyes, nothing. Because to me, eye is the most important element. By looking at eye, you can go through, you can see even the heart of a, literally speaking, piercing eyes or any expression of eyes. And you can know a person by looking at eyes. So such an important element, in the name of abstract art, they have discarded it. So eyes are very, very, very important and most expressive also. So like people have started in the sense of avoiding, like in the name of abstract artism, but they don't really know that what is abstract art. Abstract is actually the essence, the spirit of that particular object, whether it is a tree, inanimate or living being. So to come to that essence, to express it, devoid of all the outer coverings. If you are successful in it, that is actually an abstract art.
Okay.
So what happening is that in the name of the abstract, they are dealing with certain experimentations that was taking place in the Western art journey.
Okay.
So different artists, they were experimenting, like Picasso was doing with the cubism sort of thing.
Okay.
Other artists were doing with the waves, and so many Western artists. So that was like a movement which was taking place one step to another. It was not unique fulfillment by itself. So one style would be overcome by another style.
Right.
But then people, without realizing the philosophy and the thought process behind these experiments, they just go in for the surface value.
Right.
So they think that walking in that manner, you become great, like in the sense that you are actually producing a good work of abstract art. But that is not at all abstract. I see a lot of, and feel sorry for them. But then it sells in what way? People buy abstract art, I mean, so talk a lot with those buyers. Some of them is to decorate their living rooms. They sort of equate it with the color of their walls. That painting will go along with that walls or with the curtains and all that.
Okay.
So it becomes a piece of an accessory, not looking as a pure form of art.
Okay.
So when they get sold, the artists are happy that my paintings are sold and all that. But you see, I always make it a point that when I was doing in my exhibitions elsewhere, I always ask them, how are you going to utilize this?
Okay.
That makes me come across one small story I would like to tell you. When I was doing my exhibition in Mumbai, in the Bazaar's Art Gallery, so I had done a painting of Jesus Christ coming, surfacing out of the ocean waves, and with all the planets in behind. That was a sketch, it's come out spontaneously. And I did, I think, within 5 minutes or something. And I had framed it because I liked that one. So in the course of that exhibition, like one lady used to come. The first day he look around, got stuck up in that drawing because he was working in that tower, somewhere upstairs. So second day also stuck, third day also stuck. She started avoiding everything, came to that point. So I just called her out of curiosity, ma'am, I'm very curious, what you see in this one drawing and you are avoiding other. She said, oh, sir, you are the artist, please excuse me. But the first day I saw, I started seeing this in my dreams. She was, of course, a Christian, I think a Catholic or Roman Catholic. And I'm just drawn to it. She said, then why don't you buy it? She said, I don't have the means to buy it. And why not? Why you're walking in such a huge big tower? Don't lie to me. Just testing her. They said, no, I have 4 mouths to feed. They all depend on me. All my sisters and my elderly, my old parents and all that. So for me, even 1 rupee is huge for me. Okay, then it's disturbing so much. So I called the peon, So the manager also came and said like, hey, what are you doing? I said, you take out this painting. Because this lady is coming and looking only this painting and nothing else. It's disturbing me also. The lady started, please, you just put it on the wall, till you finish, I want to see it. I said, no, I want to listen to you. Wrap it up. So it was wrapped up, and then I said, now lady, you go away along with this painting. Then she looked at me disbelief, Yeah, I mean this seriously, you go quickly away, otherwise I'll take it back. So no, please, I'll take it. She took it away, And then the manager told me, Adil, you are being dubbed. Is this Mumbai? All are actors and actresses. So they made a fool out of me. I said, no. You are in Mumbai, you have become so materialistic, you have not seen the other side of the human aspect. Have you seen the eyes? You are talking about eyes, You see the eye, the truth, the pain, the sort of eagerness. I could see that. I could realize, I could make a connect with that. So I gave it away. It's not yours, so don't bother. And he said, okay, fine. The next day, one lady came. She came direct to me and said, my sister, she gave this envelope to you. I said, the sister who took away that Jesus Christ painting? Yes, sir. But please don't open till I go away. So she went away. Again, the manager came to me. And he said, let's see, we'll have a good meal, or, we'll have snacks and all that. Let's see how much money. I opened it up. There was a 100 rupee note. The fellow again started, making fun of me. I told you. I said, again you have failed. This 100 rupee note, she is giving a part of her treasure, you can say. You see the lady who just came to deliver it. You see her condition. From there you will know that they are really in a very terrible state of time. And I value it. I value it. Even if another person comes and says, okay, you take away the painting from her, I'll give you 1 lakh for it. I'm not going to give it. Because I love my paintings to go to people who really love it, who is going to worship it. I told her, what are you going to do? I'll keep it in the altar. She's going to worship that Jesus Christ. Man, don't you realize it? What more can an artist ask for? Today I feel that I have been I'm a successful artist. This story I've never told the other guys over here because they make fun of me, I know.
No, it's truly touching. I mean, that 100 rupee note may be a little money for others, but I think it cannot be bought. It cannot be
a world for her, no? And getting that, she's sacrificing that, for the Jesus Christ which she is going to worship. What more can you ask for?
Right.
As an artist or a writer, if somebody says you are writing a book and a novel, one loves so much that he said he's going to worship it. What more can you ask as a writer?
True. It cannot be bought by money.
No.
The conversation keeps on becoming very interesting. Anyway, recently you participated in the Art Unfading exhibition in Imphal. What are your thoughts on the current art movement in Manipur?
Yes. Of course, that exhibition was focused on one personality. It was a Samu. He was a very earthly, and I told those guys, when they were looking at it, have you noticed something in all his paintings? And he said, what is that? You have not noticed. See, he is using all earthly colors, all browns, yellow ochres, the greens that you see around you. He's not using any very harsh, bright, glossy, nothing. That means he's a person he belongs to the earth. He's a soil person, and it comes out of his heart, You can find those, So I told them, it's very rare to come across an artist, who is drawing just because he loves it. And he's not creating his art form in the hope that it will be sold, or in the hope that people will start praising, showering praises on him with that expectation. You'll find that almost everybody expects that.
Right.
But a person who is doing it just because he loves it. And because my teacher, that guru, he never used to sell his paintings, He used to ask them, how are you going to take this painting? He said, they'll roll up. Then I'm not selling. Then why you say? I said, they are like my children only. If you take care of my child, then I'm going to give you. These things also I learned from him a little bit. Because when I never talk, but the way he was going around, the talking things, it influences you. So sources, good people, good thoughts, it changes you for the betterment. And if you are in a gang of rugs, you become like that.
Okay. How important are platforms and sponsorships in promoting especially meditation, which you have achieved a lot? You are in a different level, and spiritual art today. Okay,
right, very true. First thing about is the two can be connected. It's not only a case about art only. It can be anything and everything. So, of course, first, the trade that you are doing it, that comes first because you have to go through a long session of training, learning, which we learn from the childhood days. And then as you evolve yourself as a person, to help it accentuate more. And if you are in that mindset, then of course the spiritual parts comes. But spiritually, believe me, one is there, that we call it the karma, the deeds that you do. Of course, that is like physics only. You do good, it returns good. You do bad, it bounces back to you twice. So your past karmas or whatever be it, you can redeem it in your present life, That karmic thing is also come into play. But then set aside that, because even if you talk about Anguli Mala of a Buddha who used to, cut off for the, to look after the family,
Right.
When he realized, and he was doing a very dreadful, very bad thing, but when he realized, Buddha made him repentant in the sense that people started throwing stones and he suffered like anything, and then he took it up, said that your sins are cleansed now, and he became one of the most devoted disciple of Gautam Buddha. What I'm saying is, even in this lifetime, we can correct ourselves of all our past bad karmas. Of course, mantras are very powerful if you use the right mantras and all that. That is another aspect of thing. But when you're talking about art, art is also a form of meditation.
Okay.
Because when you're deep into it, I have come across my personal experience I'm talking about. Certain paintings I have done, I forgot to eat, or the time and space went off. When I realized, we started painting, I feel hungry, and said, why I'm feeling so hungry? Then I said, my God, I was supposed to eat at say suppose 7 o'clock, now it is only 1 o'clock. And it has become night also. Sense of time and space, just vanishes.
Okay.
When you're deep into it. That is meditation. So meditation is something like engrossing into your work. That is also meditation. When you are sitting in the office and you are totally engrossed, that is also meditation.
Okay.
But then in the spiritual form, that is like you follow the the mudras and all that. You see the breathing, and then your kundalinis, how they evolve and all that. Those are a little bit of a different thing. But I believe that meditation can happen anywhere, every time, in the way you react to it, the way you realize it.
What a way to describe it. I never imagined that you will put into that kind of perspective. I'm lost of words as well. Okay, how do you see the evolution of contemporary art in the northeast part of India?
Yeah, when you say contemporary, so something like a modern art, contemporary art. Contemporary art, actually, I believe that people should understand it in the proper sense, Contemporary means what is happening right now.
Yeah.
It can be something you are doing, some classical, some traditional, some folklore, but you are doing it at the time.
Right.
That is contemporary. But when you say modern, that is something a little bit, it can be modern at this time, okay? Like what the modern art was at the time was modern. Now it becomes like old, in the sense that, that time has elapsed. And what you are doing now is contemporary. You're doing things in the present. But that nomenclature, which the Western artists have done, so people have been following it very blindly, So when they speak about contemporary art means certain way of technique, certain way of expressing yourself on the canvas. But I believe it's not that, When people say that, this is a very realistic art, this is a very traditional art. But the thing is, the traditional and the, classical or whatever it is being done right now. That is contemporary,
Okay.
If you talk in this real sense.
I get
but
it.
the thing is, contemporary should be something like which everybody is doing, something you don't understand. This is like you are sort of creating a scenario with a conjunction of various colors, the shades, the forms. That is not contemporary. That was also done by those people in the cave paintings.
Okay.
They did very abstract arts. Those stick-like figures, running around with those patches with the hands and all that. So I believe that I think we have to really understand, go into the essence of it.
Okay, from your perspective, what challenges do artists from Manipur face at the national level, or say if they want exposure, or if they want to go wider, or want to have, I don't know how to say it.
I can understand that. Unfortunately, one thing is that because Manipur is a very landlocked area, so for anybody wanting to go out of Manipur, it becomes a problem, the accessible things are very limited.
True.
You have to think several times, and you have to prepare it that way. Not like, say, suppose I'm in Bangalore, I don't have to think twice, going anywhere abroad and all. So many facilities are there, the ways and means are there. That one is there. It's a landlocked area. And then again, unfortunately, we don't have that much of exposure in the sense that, which I really feel that is very, very necessary. And I was talking that like, if Manipur had been a very peaceful country, the scenario has changed. People love to travel now, especially the Indians a lot.
Yeah.
So, if in that sense, Manipur is like a heaven, I'm just telling them that you look at the climate, scenario, the culture, people love to eat different cuisines and all that.
Right.
I've seen Manipur is also comparatively is very clean and nice, with a healthy, no pollution, nothing. people will love to come over here. If that would happen, like, I think the more people come, they get exposed to the type of paintings and all that we are doing over here.
Right.
And say, suppose I went to Bali, I have seen, those artists, the artisans, they are concentrating only on those native subjects.
Okay.
And people are loving and buying it like anything. Like hotcakes they're selling. So all this sort of traditional, so-called traditional arts, because abstract art, I'm seeing, if you, talk in a sense like we understand here in Manipur, it is universal. The same sort of thing, you will find it there. So people don't like, to see the same thing, Even if you buy it from, say, Europe or from Africa, but you are seeing the same sort of an abstract art being painted over in Manipur, who is wanting to get it?
Right.